Hey, this is Jeff from Shedskin Reptiles. Welcome to Cold-Blooded 101. What we're going to learn about today are colubrids. Probably one of the best pets to start off with as a good family pet for Johnny and Mary. They're easygoing, a lot of variety of colors. We're talking about colubrids here, probably one of the best snakes to have as a family pet. We're talking about rats, kings, pine snakes, gopher snakes, and corn snakes. We're also going to talk about product, and every week it's like Christmas because I get a new delivery all the time. And we're going to show you how we unpack the stuff and all these products that you can use for your animal. Hey, here at Shedskin Reptiles, we get product every week. It's like Christmas every week. We get to open up these boxes and it has tons of stuff in here. You're talking about bedding like sand, bark, a forest floor, frog moss, everything. We got sand here for our desert animals. We also have excavating clay. Now this is the type of stuff you add water to and you can build inside your cages and make your own desert scene. And as simple as that is you take a balloon and you fill it up and you put all this excavating clay around there. After you make it wet, it's like clay. And once it dries, pop your balloon and you've got your cave. Use a Coke bottle, whatever you got to use to make that little tunnel for your lizard. Other things we hear, that turtle doctor. This is the type of turtle stuff that you have to have in your turtle cages. Stuff like this that go in the cages that keeps their shell from becoming soft. It also puts calcium in their diet and also food, okay? All right, now we got this box right now. I was told to slow down a little bit because you guys aren't catching up, so catch up. What we got here is we got terrarium frog moss. This is great stuff for frogs. And also what Zoomed does is that sometimes they put the animal on the package, so it helps you out, all right? But this could be used for snakes also. I use it for ball pythons to keep the humidity inside the cage. But this frog moss is wonderful stuff. And we have frog moss. What else we got here? Here we go. We got one more thing. We're gonna get to this chameleon kit right here. And this is sealed, but I don't have my cutting book. You know what? I got one right here. Here we go. This is a chameleon kit. Zoomed has created a kit for chameleons. Obviously, it says chameleon kit. It comes with the actual medium cage, it comes with a light system, and everything you see right here, all the way down to the calcium and thermometer. What you want to do is you want to buy a kit like this if you're going to go for chameleon, because everything's all right there for you. Excellent kit. All right, now what we have here is our ultraviolet lights. Now these are sold quite frequently inside the store because these have to be replaced every 10 months, no matter if it's a 2.0, 5.0, or 10.0. Now this happens to be the desert one. And again, Zoomed puts the actual animal on there once it's required to have these type. So very important light fixture to have for your health of your animal. Now here we go. We just got done with these things right here. And I'm trying to slow down, but it's almost impossible because it's very exciting for me to open up these boxes. Now these are your reptibreezes. These things are mainly made for chameleons. As you can see, Zoomed has also put the animal inside here and it shows you how to set them up. It actually has A through B on how to set these things up there. Very good type of cage to have. It doesn't come with the lighting, but that's very important to have also. Now what's important about this for chameleons, this is called an open air screen cage. They have to have a screen cage to allow air to pass through the cage. Very important. All right, we're done with this right here. John. Sometimes you have to say John quite a few times here because John doesn't listen very well. Now what do we got in here? We got some low profile dishes, and these low profile dishes are used mainly for tortoises and for feeding purposes. They're low profile so your tortoise doesn't drown. That's the main thing. But you got low profile here. You got your drip systems, which is your plastic containers. They have a little instrument that can stick to the side of the hole here. You open up the nozzle and it drips. Called a drip system. And what we got in here? We got tortoise food. All types of tortoise foods, manufactured tortoise food made by Zoomed. All right, we're trying to look for the light system that comes with these packages here because it shows light system. I can't find one, but here's one right here. What this is a light system. This is where you put your bulb in. This is made by Zoomed. This is called a clamp lamp. As you notice, it has a ceramic hood on top of it, and what that allows is extreme heat. The most important thing you need to do is to read this little tape that's inside most of these fixtures, and it'll tell you the maximum amount of wattage you should use. All right, there's another one in here. It's a double hood. Oh, crap, here he goes. Here he goes. Here's one coming from the air. This is a double hood. Same thing as the single, but it's double. What makes this good for this is you can put your ultraviolet bulb in here, you can put your heat bulb, but if you have a nocturnal animal, you can have your day bulb and then your night bulb. Now we have the sand here. Now sand's very important for the ones that live in the desert. One thing you got to think of though is if you have a baby animal, do not put sand in there too often because sometimes they tend to eat it. All right, now we have different color sands here, and it really doesn't matter about the color, it just matters what you prefer. This sand is going to be used for multiple types of animals. You can see that Zoomed also puts the picture of the animals on here. But what animals that aren't on here is like the Kenyan samboa. That's one of the other type of snakes that you can use this for. All right, we got some more stuff in here. This is awesome. We got anywhere from hides. These are called hubba hides made by Zoom Ed. What this is for is to allow your animal to hide. Most of them like to hide. 85% of them, their life is all hiding. This is very comfortable for them, and also it helps them shed their skin because it's got a rough surface. This is actually wood. All right, and the other things here are mainly for decorations, but this is called a rock plant. The reason is because it's a rock-based plant. Has color, put it in your cage, and also adds a little bit of life to it for your animal. So there it is. I know it's kind of heavy, but slide out there. I'm walking. Cousin, couldn't you take a bigger box than that? I thought he was really strong. Here you go, sir. One for you.
All right, I'm gonna go take my break.
Here at Shedskin Reptiles, we make things very easy, so you don't have to see all the crap. John, I'm tripping over stuff, and I need this stuff put away within 5 minutes. I'm gonna go in the back and go to the bathroom, all right? I'm gonna take my time, so please have it done. Where's my magazine? Thank you. Now that we put the product away, we're going to continue with Cold-Blooded 101 and talk about colubrids. Oh yeah. Hey, these are our colubrids here. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about colubrids make up about 2/3 of all of our snake species out there. You're talking about almost 2,000 different types of species of colubrids alone. And you're lucky because we're going to learn about 1,000 of them right now. All right, just kidding. Pull up with your popcorn and we're going to learn about just a few of them. Now, the first one we're going to bring out is a corn snake. Now, this particular corn snake is called Okatee. And based on its colors and the checkerboard pattern on the bottom. Now you can see the orange and the darker red, which kind of fit into your natural look of outside where it can hide. That's the reason why it's that color. These guys live, we're talking about 20 plus years, eat mice, and they do have teeth. Now this next snake is similar to the corn snake. It's called a rat snake. This is a yellow rat snake. Now rat snakes tend to get a little bit bigger than corns and a little bit more jumpier than this. As you can see, they just jump right out of there. Again, this is a yellow rat snake. A little bit bigger, a little bit more challenging, especially the way that it likes to be really jittery in its movements, but easier to control once they start to understand that you're not going to hurt them. Again, yellow rat snake. Now this next rat snake we're going to show you is a little bit different from the yellow rat snake we just showed you. This is called a Trans-Pico rat snake. And what's cool about these guys, they have large eyes and they have large pupils. Makes them stand out a lot better. Not much bigger than this is going to get. You're looking at, this guy's about 6 months old. It's going to get about another foot and a little bit thicker. But again, this is called a Trans-Pico rat snake. Some more colubrid facts is colubrids can be found in just about every continent except Antarctica. Another one is most of them are non-venomous, but there are a few that are. Colubrids are also good starter pets. They don't get very big. Again, 3.5 to 4.5 feet, sometimes a little bit bigger, sometimes a little bit smaller. They fit in your room very well. You don't have to have big cages for them. As far as eating habits, you're talking about mice and rats. That's about it. You can go frozen thawed, you can go live. Now this next one is a gopher snake. You find many of them around where you live. They're harmless. Sometimes what they do though is to make you scared of them is that they rattle their tails a little bit. They'll hiss at you and strike, but it's just because they're scared. Now this one in particular is from Baja, California. That's why I called it Cape or Baja gopher snake. As we untie this here, probably John tied it way too tight. That's okay.
Stop blaming me for your mistakes.
Again, this particular gopher snake is called a Baja gopher snake or Cape gopher snake. And you can see the colors on it. It's just outrageous. 3 different patterns, 3 different colors. Now this next snake we're going to show you is a pine snake. Pine snake is probably one of the biggest out of the colubrids. You're talking about 5, 6, 7 feet. And they can get into rats. Let me show you one real quick here. Those beautiful snakes. I like these guys a lot. God bless America, John. This is a ball python. This ain't no pine snake. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this back in here. Have John take this and we're going to show you the pine snake. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. All right, so here we go. Here's the pine snake. Now these guys, again, they get kind of big and they move around a lot. But you get them to calm down, the more times you hold them. And here we go. This is the pine snake. As you can see, very well to hold. Doesn't move around a lot, and that doesn't take too much to control him. And this is your pine snake. This is a beauty. Good eaters. They get kind of big though. Like I said, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 feet, a little bit of girth to them. So this one can eat a medium rat. This one, as you can see, she's hissing. She's a little pissed off right now. Our next colubrid we're going to see here are called king snakes. Now king snakes are known to eat other snakes and also rattlesnakes. But as far as pets, very docile pets to have. Colorful, good patterns, and they don't get very big. Now your first one's going to be a normal king. It's got normal patterns, black and white. And at first they come out to be a little jittery, but easy to hold, easy to manage. This is your normal king snake. As you can see, sometimes when they're born, they don't come up with the exact same patterns. Some of these patterns are kind of messed up a little bit, but that's kind of cool in the pet trade, especially the reptile trade, because people like that stuff. Now this one's approximately 5 months old, and it's probably going to get maybe about 2, 3 more feet. Again, average 3.5 to 4.5 feet. Some might get bigger. Now this one's another king snake. It's called a variable king, known for its high band colors, multiple colors, and a well sought out king snake. These variable king snakes are very popular in the reptile pet trade because of their band colors, which makes them awesome looking. This next one's called a Mexican black king snake. It is what it is. Mexico black. And it's a king snake. So we're going to bring this guy out here. Just gorgeous looking black king snake. Again, they don't get very big, but they're very attractive. I don't know what it is about this snake, but being jet black just turns me on. I love this snake. Never turns down a meal, and they don't get huge, but as far as resting with them, just wrap them around your neck and watch television and have it all day. Now this next one we're going to show you is a California king snake. This one though is special. It's been bred to be albino and lavender at the same time. Sometimes you can stick your hands in these bags to be okay, but sometimes you stick your hands in these bags and then you take them out and you notice you got bit. It's okay though, it's not a bad thing to do, is these guys aren't venomous, and sometimes they're a little aggressive. She might have smelled some mouse on my hands or whatever, but they got a lot of teeth, and sometimes, okay, that hurts. Sometimes they hurt a little bit. Ah, dang it. God bless America. And you try to take them off, that's okay. They've got quite a few teeth and they're all turned in. That's what makes them a colubrid. But again, this is a lavender albino king snake. As you can see, very cooperative. She's just holding on. She loves me a lot. One thing you don't want to do with king snakes is you don't want to house them together because it can be cannibalistic. Thanks for tuning in to Cold-Blooded 101. Today we learned a little bit about colubrids, rats, corns, gopher snakes, pine snakes, and king snakes. Hey, as you can see, the colubrids make an excellent pet. And if you're in the market for one, come down to the store, down to West Valley Mall, Shedskin Reptiles, and we'll help you out. Hope you like the craziness that goes on in the store. Until next time, as Elvis would say, thank you very much.
Hey, this is John with Shedskin Reptiles, Cold-Blooded 101, Animal of the Week. This week it's a White's tree frog. This little guy here is also known as the dumpy tree frog, as you can tell from his derp-a-derp face. These things are normally found in Australia and New Guinea. They're great first-time owners. They have a lifespan of about 16 years. The females will get about 5, maybe 5.5 inches. The males will get around 4 to 5 inches. So the females do get a little bit longer in this species. They are great pets to have. They are arboreal and they like to hide inside of their cages.
Now this next rat snake we're gonna come out, but this one's awesome. It's got big old eyes. It always has a constant
hot dog?
a constant